Good morning, everyone. This is a really neat experience. I will not forget, that is for sure. My name is MEAH, and I'm the co-founder of MEAH Health Navigation. We just celebrated our first birthday on April 1st, and it was a bit different than what we ever expected our first birthday being. In our first year of business, Melissa and I really wanted to focus on working with families with aging parents. We are both geriatric care managers, and that means that we help families navigate healthcare, act as medical advocates, and connect them to the right resources and services that are available to them. Most families are kind of thrown into caregiving after some sort of crisis emergency, and they're really not prepared for this type of work. And nor do they realize how much work it really is. Even if you're not doing hands-on physical care, families spend hours Googling different services and resources to find out how to do this. Since COVID, we have had a significant drop, as in we've had no billable hours for the last month. And this is because the majority of our clients actually live in senior communities. We focused working directly with the senior aging parents. And because of COVID, those communities have restricted access. And even though Melissa and I are a nurse and a social worker, and we're considered essential personnel, we're still not allowed in those communities, nor are we willing to possibly bring infection into their communities as well. So COVID really was the kick in the pants that Melissa and I needed to move MEAH to the next level. We knew that we were going to have a problem scaling our business when we were always face-to-face. We were heavily dependent on how long we spent in physicians' offices or sitting in Charlotte traffic. And we just knew that to get to mass impact, we were really going to need to change the way we did that. So this was really the shove that we needed. So we are changing gears on our business model, and we are switching to focus on the actual caregiver, supporting them, wrapping them in services so that they're well equipped to care for their loved one. We are bringing on-demand virtual coaching, so we will still be available in a crisis for those family members, but we're also developing membership plans so that we can build that deep relationship with these families, help them plan, help them build priorities and work through what they're going to need so that the full aging experience is improved for the whole family. The last piece that we're in the process of filming at this point is a 12-week caregiver e-course. So this is a crash course for families, teaching them all of the different aspects of caregiving, from planning to actual physical care, as well as how to act as an advocate on their behalf. So if we were awarded the grant money, this would help us expedite the launch of this website and virtual coaching and e-course models. They're all in the works right now, and we're hoping to be pushing them out in the next few weeks. But if we had more funding, we would actually be able to push that out much sooner. And then we would also be utilizing the money for marketing and advertising. With such a huge demand with the senior population, it's kind of an ironic that geriatric care managers are an unknown resource to families, and people don't even know to Google us. So we really have to focus in and get in front of those target populations so that we're really connecting with them. This would have a huge impact not only on MEAH, we would have the mass impact that we were hoping to get so that we can actually change the aging experience for all, but we believe that we can actually help families improve the way that they're experiencing it, helping them through issues, and hopefully preventing crises in the future. Thank you so much.
Awesome, Leah. Thank you so much. Silent Zoom applause for you. Great job. I'm seeing comments here on Facebook and there. So panel, if you guys can open up your, turn on your cameras and jump right in.
Hey,
Sure.
Leah.
Hey,
Jeff
good morning.
here. Hey, good morning. Great job pitching. You mentioned with your use of funds marketing, and you also said that you're having an issue now. People do not know what to Google to find you.
Right.
what would change with those marketing dollars? How would you make people find you if you did win the $3,000?
That's a great point. We haven't really spent a whole lot of money on marketing previously. We've all of our current clients are through word of mouth in the Charlotte market. It's a pretty tight knit community of people. We have amassed a pretty good social network of followers. In the last 2 months, I've started doing TikTok videos and have just about 2,000 followers. And they're really responsive people. It's a much different setup than any of the other channels.
Yeah.
So I think we would kind of expand what we're doing in social media to push those things, but we haven't put really any funds towards that previously.
Excellent. Thank you.
Can I pull on that string for a second, Leah? This is
Yeah,
Chris. So interesting. I think that, from my understanding of kind of the caregiver market, the average caregiver is actually relatively, older themselves, right? Meaning 50s, 60s, et cetera, right? Taking care of someone in 70s, 80s, plus or minus, right? So as you think about effective channels, like, how did you come across the concept of TikTok? I mean, I feel like my son is very adept at TikTok. I'm probably too old almost for it at this point, or at least I feel like it. Right?
I was a complete naysayer of TikTok. My business coach actually was the one that said, there's very few professionals on TikTok and there's a market for it. And he was really right. We started talking and they give you analytics on TikTok. So you have an idea of who you're talking to. And 86% are women. And through their profile pictures, I can tell that over half of them are in their late 40s to mid 50s, I would say. The other chunk of them are actually the granddaughters. And they comment to me, I'm telling my mom this, I'm sharing this with my mom. And it's a really a much more interactive crowd. They're not afraid to comment and ask questions, as opposed to some of the others. And then they follow me to other channels. So then they'll move over to my Instagram for more information, because you can only do so much in 59 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. So do you, like, how many employees do you have, or do you leverage kind of like 1099 workers to help in the past? And like, how you said you had gone down to kind of 0 hours, like how has that changed over the last few weeks?
So it's only been Melissa and I to date. Okay. We do have a waiting list of nurses who want to join our team. I don't know if that's going to be necessary in our new model. But previously, Melissa and I managed a handful to a dozen families at a time. And depending on how complex they are and where they're located, you could be really slammed. And we were on the verge of needing to bring on some contract help, I would say in late 2019. And our clients are kind of cyclical in time, so that they're really busy in the beginning, and then it kind of, we get them all caught up, and then they may have a decline, and then it'll pick back up again. But in this virtual coaching model, we have a whole lot more access for our clients.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Leah, this is Angel. Can you tell me a little bit more about your business model going forward? It's obviously very different than what you've had up until this point. And as you said, the business model you have right now is very high touch, individualized, more of a service sort of component industry. But going forward, it sounds like it'll be mostly online and educational in nature. So what does that look like in terms of how do people pay for this? What do they pay? And then what do you do with those clients once they have gone through the course?
Gotcha. So the course is a flat rate of $99 for the 12-week program. And that includes many materials and tools for them to utilize on an ongoing basis. And we will be adding to those courses as time goes on, so that we're going to be adding some direct interviews with maybe attorneys and different people that play a significant role in aging care. And so that'll be a continuous kind of living education for the people that are a part of it. The on-demand coaching is kind of the one that's a little bit off, and that is on a based by the minute conversation, 15, 30, 45 minutes. And then what the membership is really the most similar to what we're already doing. It's just in this Zoom format where we help families figure out what the real problems are, where to prioritize, and how to work through that. That's pretty much what we do already. We're just not sitting at their kitchen table having that conversation.
And so this would be a market then that would expand well beyond Charlotte.
Absolutely.
How do you anticipate handling those challenges when a lot of the advice they're going to be asking you for will be specific to their markets that you may not have a lot of knowledge of? How will you handle that?
Great question. So Melissa and I are part of the Aging Life Care Association, which is the national organization for geriatric care managers. So through that, we have a large directory of resources throughout the country. But then if somebody needs much more touch than what we're allowed to or able to provide to them, we can connect them to someone like us in person in their hometown.
Awesome. Thanks, panel. We're going to get a question here from the audience. We had several questions on how you explain this or how you visualize this. Sorry, my thing just changed. What's the search model for available caregiver service providers? This is from Facebook.
Okay. There's a few different models. Care.com is the most, I would say, well-known in that space. It's a bit overwhelming, and it's kind of like drinking from a fire hose, though, for family members. If you've ever used it, you search and you can receive hundreds of potential people who are out there. And then there's Google, and then Google is mostly giving you agencies. So it's kind of, there's no easy way for families to research and do these things all on their own. And then they definitely don't get any sort of reputation information from either of those. So working with a care manager truly helps families save time and money on that process.
Awesome. Thanks, Leah. And yes, big silent Zoom applause for you. Leah, there are several questions in the chat room if you want to go ahead and answer those, and lots of comments there on TikTok videos and other ideas that might be useful. So definitely invite you to hop into there. Great. Thanks, Leah.
Thank you.